Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. And on this channel siyasibuke ama-reality TV shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama-reviews, ama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Kanti-ke futhi siyabuya sikhulume ngama-YouTubers nje. Mawenza into that is worth the conversation, we will have a conversation. If it's your first time joining us, please press the subscribe button below if you really like our content, and also press the notification bell so that you are notified uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Ungakhohlwa ukuthi there is a membership button la ngezansi. There is also a thanks button uma ufuna ukubonga i-channel ngokwemali. Kulaba ababuka ama-adverts uma ngabe bebuka ama-videos ethu siyabonga kakhulu. Namhlanje I want to do a full review of our show Mnakwethu. We are on episode 9 now. Sesiya ngasemaphethelweni episode. Today ubhuti osijoyinayo ke lana uMandla Nikisibanda. uMandla Nikisibanda. Hey, I really like it when these men become so sophisticated and philosophical, and about our culture. It's very important for us to get back to our culture. I just say it. I cheated on my wife, and now I can let go of this side chick, and I want to have another side chick. So what better way to have another side chick than to take this side chick as my other wife, so that I can get another side chick. Isn't that just easy? Look about sophisticated now. Our culture, the white people, the black people. This was the one that was wanting to sound culture. We see you, man. Anyway, Mandla Nikisibanda. Nikki was such a weird name for a man. I'm not used to it. So Mandla Nikisibanda says she was raised by a stepmother. Umawake passed when he was very young. Apparently, umkhulu wakhe, his grandfather, did have isithembu. So there's a isithembu history in the family. Also, uthandana no Shay, who is Shelin, but they call it Shay Moyo. Bahlangana ePhathini eSandton. This is a parting couple. Bahlangana eSandton. Guys, those who are single, do not make a mistake of not going to Sandton. Do not make a mistake of not going to Sandton. Go and party in Sandton. You see, people are finding husbands in Sandton. What are you waiting for? Hey, why are you sleeping on a Friday? Why are you sleeping on a Saturday? Go to Sandton and party. You will find a husband in Sandton. Yes. So Mandla also wabona le ntombi nje enhle, and they went on a couple of dates, and then at some point, obviously, because Ushay has abadala, ugogo, guys, like at this point there is less people abangabona gogo than there are people abawoko. Kahle all of us internally, phakathi we are all gogos. Everyone is the gogo, everyone is mkhulu. In South Africa it's like, yeah, hey, I need to go ngiyobona mnganami ngishaya amathambo. You don't look very fast. Something is going on in my household. Sister, shaya amathambo. Shaya amathambo everywhere. I really don't understand it. So many people. But anyway, yes, ugogo. So she had to explain to Lokuzana Mandla ukuthi, okay, me is a gogo. Sometimes me is not doing the things, that the couples do. So it had to be somebody that understood that situation, and she feels like Mandla was understood it. He was serious enough to understand that situation, but she didn't know that very same situation was going to be used against her so that they could take a second wife. Anyway, yes, and then okay. And obviously when he is trying to get into the reason why does he want a second wife, I don't know, this man, I was like, man, I'm waiting for a man. I want a man. I will respect a man who will just come and say, listen, I fell in love with this woman, I don't know what to do, and I'm just too coward to just make a decision on what to do. Baba sophisticated. Lona is talking about the Bible. Number one is talking about the culture, which is our culture, whatever. Obaba mkhulu, what used to take his time. And then because umuntu wesonto, now he's justifying it with the Bible. He's saying in the Bible all the influential men had many wives, you know. And also bebegqoka imbadada, nawe ke awugqoka imbadada ke ngoba phela babegqoka imbadada. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying. They did have many wives for that time. It suited the time. But yeah, that's the thing about it. And mabefuna marriages, like they look for whatever reason. Just say, man, that you know what, I just want to try this thing of us doing this relationship, all of us together. You don't need to really use culture and church and whatever, but yeah, he's using. I was confused at some point. What is it? Culture? Is it church? Is it you? Because at some point he does say that he really just did fall in love with this woman and he really just didn't want to let go of her. So and then so when he's having a conversation with Umselegu, so obviously he's trying to be, you know, philosophical and talk about the culture and whatever. Isizwe sethu fanele sisivuse, you know, ngoba isizwe sethu sifile. Sivuswa amadoda kuphela. I want a second husband. Ngifuna ukuvusa isizwe sethu samaZulu. So he says ukuthi ufuna ukuvusa. And you know ke kubaba Umselegu, we already know baba Umselegu will say ukuthi yabona le ndoda lena ikhaliphile. Uma kawasho njalo kubaba Umselegu, yabona le ndoda le ikhaliphile. And this man obviously said that thing ukuthi ene uyabona, I saw you on TV wenza lento isithembu, ngabona nami ukuthi yabona nami ngiyafuna ukuthi I want to do the same as you are doing, you know, taking the wife. I saw it work for you and I want it to work for me. And I was like, yo, hey. And then baba Umselegu's ego just, you know, he was like, yabona ke le ndoda le ngiyayibona ukuthi ngasithatha isithembu. I heard Baba Umselegu episode. I think he's only said that with one guy that he was like, this one is not ready. You know, but most of the time he would say, yabona this man. You know, so he was impressed that this man wants to vusa isizwe samaZulu. We need to respect this man. He wants to, you know. So, but then, this is the thing that I said, that this man sometimes just needs to be honest, because at some point he just says, listen, I just want to be happy. And I don't want to let go of this one. I love them both. So why not? You know, why not? So as corrected umlando, at the same time, while I am taking care of my happiness, as corrected umlando. There were times when I felt like, you know what, this man is better than Abani, because a lot of them don't say that. A lot of them don't say, listen, I fell in love with this woman and I also love this one. I just don't want to let go of them and I'm being selfish. I want to be happy, you know, and I think what will make me happy is to have both these women in my life. But this man at some point even says that, because at the end of the day, it's about my happiness. If I'm happy, he said, I'm number one. He said that it's about me. So as much as it's a horrible thing to say for somebody who's in a relationship, especially with two women, but it's an honest thing, because at the end of the day, if you are in a relationship with two people, the person that benefits the most in that relationship, it's you who is in a relationship with two people. Laba banye, they do the compromising, they do the sacrificing. So I just wish that he didn't try to use the culture, he didn't try to use the church and the Bible and all of that. He just said, you know, I'm just selfish here. I want to be happy. And right now, I think it's all about me, you know. These two women bampelezela to be happy, you know, in his happiness. They are just accompanying him. It sounded like that. So, excuse me, when he is explaining about his wife, he says they've been married for 3 years. And that's why he says, I need my happiness first. I don't think that he's concerned so much about his wife's happiness. You know, it didn't sound like it. Maybe I missed it, but it didn't sound like it. He said a lot about ukujabula kwakhe. I want to be happy. It's my happiness first, so I have to think about that. But then there's culture, but then there's Bible. You know, the wives is like, yeah, they're just helping me in the process of becoming happy. Like, honestly, you guys, I'm not even joking. That's how it sounded like to me. And then obviously they were going to introduce the one who will be introduced, which is supposed to be number 2. She is starting to be a financial advisor. So they met at a consultation. Guys, if your man says he's going for a consultation, go with him. I don't care if it's work, if he is a pastor, he is consulting with the church members or what. If the word consultation, Angithi we are learning here. I said go to Sentin to find a husband. Did I not say that? Go to Sentin and find a husband. But then again, if your husband ever says, once you find your husband in Sentin, if he ever says that he's going for a work consultation, go with him. Because he's going to come back with number 2. They were in a business consultation. I did not understand who was consulting with who, but in the consultation, they ended up consulting on the personal level, and then they ended up together. This is not Tando Gladys Ncube. Like, honestly, these girls look very young, beautiful. Like, girl, just go find yourself a boyfriend. But then again, we don't want the same thing. So they had to sit down because I forgot to tell you. Number 1 is a sangoma, but number 2 is also a sangoma. So it's a gogo and a mkulu. But guys, that means that not all zangomas bayabadlisa abantu babo, ne? Because this one, because if it's the ugogo lona has Lisa her husband, he will not be looking for a second husband. You see how idliso sometimes, ngesiZulu sithi idliso liyawulungisa umuzi. The first wife should have lungisa the muzi. Buka manje naki. Kanti izangoma nazo ziyanyitha emendweni. Yeah, so the second one is also unabadala, and so they were sitting on the floor, and so now they're trying to talk. Ubamseleko was trying to find out is she ready for the whole thing. Uyabuza ukuthi abaphansi abanayo yini inkinga, uthi hayi abaphansi abanayo inkinga, kodwa kuyofanele lo bhuti lona alobole ilokhuzana alobole idlozi. I guess seyisizwile leyo process lelo when it comes to gogo esikhotheni, kuyofanele alobole idlozi and then alobole yena. So as long as enze izinto zonke according to the way they're supposed to be done, and there's no problem. And okay, that girl, okay, I know a lot of people would say she was very respectful, but I almost felt like she's overdoing it. Isisho sezulu sithi umendo uyantshontshwa, you still the marriage, like when you are still applying to become married to somebody, you are supposed to behave a certain way. So she's overdoing the certain way because she was just too, I understand, because she's trying to, to get in, I felt like that. So I felt like it's the process of Mendo, I guess. And then Uba Musele was impressed by how the girl expressed herself, because she was all, like that. And the girl Musele says, oh no, I feel like mature to sisi, whatever. But whatever sisi, understand that his table is very matured. According to Uba Musele, if you understand his table, you are very matured, if you understand his table. So then there was the big ask, which is ask Ushay Umamoyo ukuthi that is she going to allow her husband to take the second wife. Okay, so uma ngabe ke sebengena ke endlini, obviously she recognized umseleka. I think she got the idea ukuthi kwenzekani. And then the husband was supposed to tell her ukuthi no, khona into afuna ukuyihlanganisa lana and ufuna ukuthi kukhule umndeni, but he couldn't really say. He had to be pushed to say ukuthi ufuna ukuthatha umamncane, which Uba Musele actually had to help him to say ukuthi okay, ufuna ukuthatha umamncane. And then immediately went into our culture ukuthi we are going back to our culture. If culture was a person, he would be a very abused person. If culture was a person, because every time we don't know how to explain something, we go to our culture. So this man was doing the same. He was just going into that culture thing, trying to explain to his wife. And then his wife is like, Haibo, if you are my husband, you are my husband. I wasn't raised that way. And besides, why would you not tell me this in private so that I get to think about it? I get to think about whether I want it or not. This is like, to me, it feels like an ambush. And I understand you guys, you not only Is it in front of people you don't know, and then the person is brought to you without even you preparing yourself, and then there's cameras, and you also at the back of your mind you already know this is going to be on national TV, so you want to behave a certain way, but then at the same time you're being ambushed by this information. I understand how there is an uncomfortable environment for you to be expected to make a decision on something as big as your relationship. Okay, useyasho ukuthi angikwazi ukuthi ngivele ngivume nje. And then the typical the typical Mnakwethu way vele of doing things. The wife is like, okokuqala nje nakwaqeda ukungilobola. He wants a second wife when he is not done with the first wife. I really would love for this show to just change and have some requirements for this guy. We will not go and help you to take another wife if you have not finished paying lobola for the first wife. And then go on, you know. While you are loboling the other one, you're still loboling the other one. You want the other one. That's what I don't understand. And so Bamselek was like, so if Ayoqadela, is it going to work? She's like, no, it's not even about that. It's about just the fact that I've been ambushed here. So then they do ask her if they can bring the girl there, which she was surprised with. The girl is there. I don't know why, because it seemed like she knows Ubabumselek, so I think that she would know what the process is. Which usually the girl is there to be introduced on that very same day. And they say, yeah, she's here, bayamlanda uyangena kuhlala phansi, and I guess yena abadala bakhe bathanda ukuhlala phansi. And she's finding out ukuthi when I saw vele wathandana nendoda nje eshadile, and she's saying no, she was told ukuthi there is someone. And then you guys, to be honest, like, let's be honest, that girl said, okay, this is what she said. She said, yeah, bangitshela ngawo, but it's not like there was ever a plan yokuthi ngithathwe mina ngibe unkosikazi. So this girl knew ukuthi she was a side chick, because she said ushilo wathi it wasn't something that we talked about ukuthi mina ngizothathwa ngibe unkosikazi until a couple of days ago. So I suspect that this guy just wrote to the show and then had a conversation with the girl about taking her as the second wife. But this girl understood and knew what she was a side chick, and that's all that she was going to be until a couple of days ago. She said, just nje kulamalanganyana ngitsheli ukuthi ngizothathwa izinkosikazi. That's why I'm saying that sometimes these guys just have side chicks and they want to introduce the side chicks to their wives so they can get other side chicks. That's all that this show is about. So then, yeah, unkosikazi is like, yeah, at least wena watshelwa, you know. And yeah, okay. Le ndoda ke angazi noma angazi yatshelwa ukuthi if unkosikazi wakho is upset, you must just say I love you. Anything that the wife was saying, ngiyakuthanda ubambo lwami, you know. It's like that man will leave his socks on the floor, and then you're like, baby, pick up your socks. He'll be like, I love you, but he doesn't pick up his socks. He's like, no, ngiyakuthanda. How? And they're like, no, but your socks. They're like, yeah, I know, but ngiyakuthanda. He kept saying that. I was like, yeah, we know you love her, but right now she needs answers, you know. Because I want to listen about dinner, you. He kept saying, I love you. Ngiyakuthanda ubambo lwami. I know ngubambo lwakho, but nalo lunye ubambo. I know, you know. Yes, I am a rib, but what happened now? There's another rib here. You know which one? Is she half the ribbon of the anyway, you guys, so yeah. Anyway, the conclusion, really, she wanted to think about it. She wanted to think about that. Is as sane as of a decision as you can make in that situation. To just say, listen, give me some time, need to think about it, which is exactly what she said. Anyway, that was the episode for today. You guys, tell me what to think about it in the comment section. I really feel like she tried to remain calm. This girl, moving forward, is she going to accept? I don't know, guys. I have no idea. And this probably would be the people that they're probably going to pick for moving forward to Happily Ever After. If you look at how they cast for Happily Ever After, I think they're likely to pick. I think that thing ukuthi bobabili bayizangoma obayinyanga izangoma wenyanga angazi nokuthi umehluko yini, but yes, you know, I think that might producers might think also we might have interest, in wanting them to see them and moving forward with how do they live with each other. But anyway, thank you so much guys for watching this episode. Please like the video before share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.